Last time you came in full on decked out and everything.
Well, I got to go get some more gear. I got to go on the website.
I need to do the same thing.
Yeah, and Hybrid Nation, we got to get a promo code from them. I'm sure they have. They got some good gear too.
But go check out their websites. They got some great stuff. I was doing some browsing the other day. I got to make sure. I'm one of those people that has to go into a store to make sure things fit right.
Yeah,
I'm a weird size.
I should do that.
Yeah,
but I don't.
Why is that?
Because I'm just impatient and not very wise.
But you're like a normal weight. I have a belly with broad shoulders and I'm short. Things don't fit me well. It's a weird shape to be.
Yeah. And the Hybrid Nation website is hybridnationclothing.com, www.hybridnationclothing.com. That's Jeremy Sutherland. He's a young entrepreneur in Minneapolis doing big things, been all over the Twin Cities, been all over a lot of things, including some Super Bowl parties here in the past couple months, and they got good stuff going on. So, go check them out.
All right, well, since we're talking music still, Jay-Z and Beyonce just came to the Twin Cities. They even have, were you telling me they have their own day now, a national holiday?
Yeah. So
just
I saw
a local holiday.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Apparently, I guess August 8th is now Jay-Z and Beyonce Day.
I hate that.
It's disgusting.
Well, they shouldn't do that. Why do places do that for bands and people? And it's just dumb. There's nothing to that.
I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce are pretty unique people, but
why?
I don't know. Just you don't see couples like that amass. I mean, they're a true power couple, I guess, celebrity, and that's a big deal in America. So I get it, but I'm with you. I think
she's such a much bigger deal than he is, though.
Whoa.
I mean, people these days, kids these days don't even know who Jay-Z is. Kids these days don't know who Jay-Z is.
What that mean?
Like when we grew up and H to the Izzo and all these songs were, PIMP were big deals. Kids these days don't even know that he's a big time rapper. They just know him as, Rockefeller Nation.
Yeah, but I can't even name 4 Beyonce songs.
Rock Nation?
Nah.
Rockefeller Nation?
Yeah, rock. Yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, see?
Yeah.
I can name 4 Beyonce songs.
I can't
if you
name
include Destiny's Child, for sure you can name 4 songs.
All right. Well, I can't name 10.
Come on. All right.
You can name more Jay-Z songs than Beyonce songs.
Yeah, I probably could. But I'm more of a Jay-Z fan personally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just the age thing. Jay-Z's still a big deal. That man is Jay-Z. That's the GOAT, man. That's like saying Kobe ain't a big deal.
Yeah, that's not what I was saying at all.
I'm
just saying the kids don't. I'm just saying the kids don't understand who Jay-Z is. That's it. Just like the kids don't understand who Kobe is.
What?
If you don't grow up watching that person and you're not in that moment, in that era, you and I can't understand how big of a deal Wilt and Bill Russell were. We didn't live through it. We didn't see them play.
You're comparing.
You didn't go to a game and watch Bill Russell dominate.
Bill Russell is 70,000 years old. He can't even walk anymore.
With the
Jay-Z is
strongest
like 40.
Twitter game in the world. Bill Russell's Twitter game is on fire.
Yeah, they gotta stop.
Better than Joel Embiid.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Seriously?
It is. Go to Bill Russell's Twitter feed tonight.
I got to go check it out.
And just scroll through it. It's money.
More importantly, they got to stop letting Bill Russell up on that stage for the finals. He's too old. They got to replace him.
Oh, come on, man.
No, he's too old. That man going to fall down on stage,
off Charles
mess
Barkley
up.
and stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Bill Russell's the man,
He going to fall. They going to ruin the whole ceremony one of these years. They got to cut that out, man.
You're all sad, I know, because Drake's not coming.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's twice now he's postponed.
Why?
Twice. Well, this time it was production issues. Apparently, their production tour bus got towed.
Really?
After a concert. I don't know how that happened or who let that happen. Whoever it was.
That seems like a
lost
really
their job.
Like somebody should got fired for that.
Yeah, no, you got it. That's several. At least 3 people need to get fired.
Because that was probably a huge piece of machinery.
Exactly. And it postpones your concerts, and now you have to reschedule. They're talking about rescheduling for 3 months, I heard.
Oh,
but
my
hopefully
gosh.
it's not that much because that's just not good for my life.
They're honoring those tickets, so everybody who has those tickets gets to go to the next show.
They're honoring the tickets, but it was August 1st, it was August 12th, and I was gassed up, man. It was about to be a big weekend for me.
But you're going to Zach Brown Band tonight.
Yeah. Man, you can't be telling people that.
Yeah. Dude, this is real. People at home, he's going to Zach Brown Band tonight.
Be at the Zach Brown
Jordan
Band
is a closet country music fan. You are actually going. Jokes aside, you're actually going.
My brother, Brandon Taylor, will be there.
No.
He'll be, yes.
No, Brandon's.
All right, I'll be at the Zach Brown Band concert. If you listen to this before then, I'll be probably blacked out, so come holler at me.
That is, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that, but you're going to have a fun time.
It'll be fun.
I'll probably run into you there.
I hope so. Are you sitting on the floor?
I am not, no.
Oh, you big time.
I don't have that kind of money, man.
The floor is the cheapest ones.
The floor is the cheapest
Other
ones?
than maybe like upper deck.
I'm upper deck.
Well, shoot. I mean, those
That's how That's my Carol Evans salary at work right there.
The upper deck was when I was looking was like 80, and the floor is like 120.
Okay, well, I'm neither of those places, so I'm in the $40 seats up.
They
in
have
the
$40 seats?
Yeah, it was like StubHub, the cheapest ones.
Well, I got that. I got Andy Burns to give me a loan. So,
all right, let's get some sports talk in here before we wrap this thing up. No guests today, but we're coming back at you the next couple weeks with some really great guests. We're going to start live shows up at Punch Bowl Social, so we're going to be making sure to bring out the fire for those. And come check us out when we do them. We'd love the support. To whoever went and got their haircut with Heather the other day, who was a fan of our podcast, keep listening. You're the man. Bring your boys out. We'll take some shots with you. All right, Vikings, Saturday, first preseason game. Keenum, Cousins. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I haven't been as up on my Vikings hoopla as much as normal because I've been a little busy. But I'm excited. I actually heard Kirk C's not looking that good though.
Kirk C's been all right.
That's what I heard. I heard he's been not looking like $84 million.
I don't think he was ever looking like $84 million. But somehow you Viking fans convinced yourself he was
Viking
worth it.
Fans. You see how he does?
Yeah, you Viking fans.
You see how he does, Pete? You Vikings fans. Wow. You just turn on us like that.
I was always a Keenum guy. If you go back and listen to any one of these podcasts that I've done, I've been a huge Case Keenum supporter since the beginning.
What's Case Keenum getting, like 40, 36?
I mean, he got paid, but he didn't get Kirk Cousins paid.
Well, Kirk Cousins is a lot better.
Why?
Well, production-wise, he's been better throughout his career. He's more consistent. Mm-hmm. He's never played on a good team. If he doesn't win here in Minnesota, then yeah, I think it's over for him. But if he wins here and we're contenders, which we figure to be, we should be, then and he puts up 27 and 13, whatever 4,000 yards, whatever he's been doing for 3-4 years, then why is he not a top 7-8 quarterback?
I just think it all comes down to fit sometimes.
It does,
and I think Case Keenum fit here better because his offensive line is trash. Just lost Nick Easton for the season yesterday. Yeah, that's your leader on the offensive line. He's out. You got Mike Remmers not even practicing right now. He's hardly practiced all training camp. You got Riley Reif. We don't even really know who's going to play where on this offensive line yet. Pat Elflein hasn't practiced all training camp. That's your starting center. We don't know who these other guys that they even like are going to be. You brought some dude in from Washington that used to play for Kirk Cousins, but that offensive line was crap. Offensive line in the NFL is the most important thing, and what I loved about Case Keenum was when shit hit the fan, Case Keenum was able to make plays happen with his legs. He was able to duck under tackles. Some of those throws he made last year were just jaw droppers. They were unbelievable. And I don't think Kirk Cousins has that kind of escapability. He also has a major fumble problem. And so when he's trying to avoid getting hit, that ball comes out quite a bit. And that's going to drive Viking fans crazy this year.
That might be the most well thought out sports point I've ever heard you make. I don't even have anything to say to that. That was
wow.
You left me speechless.
That's never happened.
Yeah, to anybody. I normally have a lot to say. I don't disagree with any of that.
Yeah.
However, like you said, fit does matter, and I'm hopeful that they can get that line together. But yeah, to your point. I mean, R.I.P. Tony Sparano.
Not to mention Tony Sparano died too, and so they're adjusting to two new coaches. Not one, but two. They have co-coaches.
They have two coaches.
Two offensive line
offensive
coaches.
Coordinator as well. So there's been
a lot of new pieces going on, and people don't understand. You could have an improved Stephon Diggs. You can have Dalvin Cook back.
Hold on. Rewind that. My man's name is Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Put some respect on his name.
I made a really great point, and then I just absolutely crapped the bed.
Anyway,
that's how it always works.
Yes, continue.
You can have a very improved Stephon Diggs. You can have Dalvin Cook back. Yeah. You can have Kirk Cousins. Yeah. But if you don't have guys to block and give Kirk Cousins time, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't.
I agree wholeheartedly, and the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
That's I think that could apply to the Vikings this year. I hope it doesn't. I hope you see at least some stagnation in terms of the success you had last year. Yeah. But it is going to be hard to match 13-3 and some of that success Case Keenum played like a top 5 quarterback, so
he did.
There's really not anywhere to go.
I'm not saying that Denver's
Cousins.
Offensive line is that much better, but Keenum's going to have weapons in Denver with Sanders and Thomas to make some things happen this year. I'm rooting for him. I want him to do well. I just feel like the Vikings might have. You could probably got him in way cheaper than Kirk Cousins, and probably brought in a couple of linemen to shore this line up. Probably would have worked out better.
I don't think Case Keenum. You could have, but I just don't think Case Keenum is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But I will also make the argument.
But Kirk Cousins is.
I think Kirk Cousins is that caliber, of that talent.
Well, Nick Foles is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Nobody thought that. So.
As is Trent Dilfer and a couple other guys.
Yeah, it's happened in history. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. Exactly. Sometimes it doesn't. Who's been on the podcast before, and we thank him for that. Yeah, for sure.
Brad Johnson was a very good quarterback, but he was old when he was in Tampa.
One last Viking point before we move on to our final point of the show. I have an unpopular opinion that I want to run by you. So I've been at training camp almost every single day, okay? What I've noticed is that the amount of Stephon Diggs jerseys is overwhelming. He has become the number one jersey by far. I thought it would be Cousins, but just at training camp, the fans in the stands, almost all Stephon Diggs, and a lot of Minneapolis Miracle shirts, which I find ridiculous. I think the Minneapolis Miracle is a joke. I think it's a joke because
you were doing
listen to me. It was great it was great in the moment. Okay, it was one of the best moments in Vikings history. I loved it. But the follow-up was an absolute butt kicking by the Eagles, which negated what happened the game before it. You can't have a Minneapolis Miracle when you get killed by the Eagles. Where's the miracle in that? It was one game. If the Vikings would have won the Super Bowl after the Minneapolis Miracle, then that stands up to be put on T-shirts and celebrated and praised. But they didn't. They got destroyed. So why are we acting like it was some big, great thing when it wasn't?
So you're saying that anything great that isn't followed by something as equally great or great is just negated?
Give me an example of something that's stood the test of time that didn't end in a championship.
I could give you countless college basketball games, Elite Eight games, where someone does something amazing, and then the comeback Illinois had against Arizona in Chicago, and then they get to the championship.
People are wearing T-shirts about that?
Yeah, of course, because they're Final Four T-shirts. They was to go to the Final Four.
But like Christian Laettner, that was for a championship.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm saying all those ones that have been immortalized. It's because the stakes were the highest when those plays happened.
How many? If you watch
that catch by David Tyrell off his head,
are you talking about singular fan bases? All right, let's just go with
I'm just talking about great plays. I don't like the fact it makes me uncomfortable that people wear these Minneapolis Miracle shirts.
Wisconsin basketball, Freddie Owens hitting the game winner against Tulsa. I think they lost either the next game or the game after in the tournament, but that's still something that is immortalized in that fan base.
People are wearing Freddie Owens T-shirts.
Not anymore. That was 20-some years ago, but people are going to forget about this 20 years from now. That's the point of sports, is to enjoy moments. It's not about what happens.
You're a Vikings fan through and through, right? So you remember that play where Brett Favre hit Greg
Lewis
in the back of the end zone against the 49ers, right?
49ers, yes.
One of the best plays I'd ever seen in Vikings history while I was alive, right?
Stephon Diggs topped that.
Yeah, exactly. But nobody was ever wearing Greg Lewis shirts, all the Favre.
The stage wasn't as big.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the stage wasn't as big as it could have been still, but we made a T-shirt out of this.
In that moment, the stage was huge. The divisional playoffs at home kept people's hopes alive. Everybody's leaving the stadium.
You have a T-shirt in the closet, don't you?
You
have one in the closet.
I wish I did.
I know you do.
I'm so mad I wasn't in the state for that.
I was there. I was at the game, and I still don't think it's a thing.
You will never see a play like that. I don't know if you'll see a play like that ever again in your lifetime.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like a walk-off touchdown in a playoff game.
But it wasn't the Super Bowl, and they didn't go on to win the Super Bowl.
But that's fine. We're just talking about in the sports is about moments.
I told you it'd be an unpopular opinion. There you go. I told you.
That's what makes sports great. The moments in sports. Not the follow-up was if it was terrible. Excuse my language.
Sorry. Brandon's got the beat butter.
Yeah. So anyway.
The beat button. I said the beat butter.
You're
beat butter.
Stuttering today. You're struggling today.
Am I really? I feel like that was my first time.
Well, Diggins. And,
Diggins.
Yeah. But anyway, that is
because he complimented me.
It's like if you had to pick, that's what we should do. Next Dirty Six is the top 6 sports plays in your memory.
Okay.
Because I can think Stephon Diggs, number one for me, I already know would be Blake Hoffarber's shot from his butt.
That was unbelievable.
You'll never see anything like that ever again.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
The Diggs play, I think, is up there. A walk-off touchdown. You might see like a game-winning score last minute.
Either way, we can't get into this right now. We cannot give away next week's Dirty Six right now. We'll save the specifics. I like it though as a topic. We'll delve into it next week. We're going to end the show though with one more controversial topic: the national anthem. people kneeling again last night while my fiance calls me mid podcast.
What do you have? Stinky? What?
Yeah, her name on my phone is Stinky McChicken Snacks.
Yeah.